Hey everybody, today we're going to show you how to find all 36 Korok seeds here in the Akkala Highlands in the Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. So without further ado, let's jump into it. So to get your first two seeds, we're going to head just southeast of Death Mountain. You guys can see the exact location here. We also have a shrine nearby that you can use to fast travel. And on this hill, you'll notice we have a little Korok guy hanging out who needs help finding his buddy. Now, once you interact with him, you'll see that his buddy is on the other side of the field, just past the chasm. Now, you can pick him up and carry him all the way across, or if you want to save time, you can go into your inventory and make yourself a little airplane, attach him to the top, and fly him across. And once you get over there, just drop him off next to his friend, speak with him, and you will be rewarded with 2 Korok seeds. The next seed is going to be found in the Shadow Pass. So we'll show you the location here. It'll be in the middle of all these trees. And once you make it over here, you'll notice a giant rock that has an arrow pointing next to it. That is going to be for the red tree that's right beside it. So we're going to climb up on top of that tree. When you get to the top, the little leaves will appear. We can interact with them and the Korok will pop up and give us another seed. Seeds number 4 and 5 are going to be found just southwest of the Canalit Ridge. Again, the location is here on your screen, and it'll be on a little ledge on the side of this mountain. You also have a shrine nearby that you can use to fast travel. Once you get over here, you'll notice another little Korok guy hanging out looking for his buddy. We're going to interact with him. It'll show us the location all the way down at the bottom of the hill. And again, you can either run him down, which I did in this video, or you can create yourself a little airplane or car with what's in your inventory and take him all the way down. Once you get there, drop him off, interact, and you'll be rewarded with 2 more Korok seeds. The next seed is going to be found on top of the Canalit Ridge. If you look on the map here, you'll notice there's one little tree all by itself on the very top. Once you make it up here, all you need to do is climb to the top of that tree. And once you get up top, you'll notice a rock. We're going to go ahead and pick up that rock that's sitting here. Once you do, the little Korok eye will pop up and you'll get your next seed here. Our next seed is going to be found on the northern side of the Torn Wetland here on your screen. And you can see on the map, we have a little C-shaped object. That's going to be kind of a little rundown ruin here. And all we need to do is go to the very top. So you can go to the other side and run to the top, or you can come underneath the little overhang and ascend your way up. But once you get up here, you'll see a rock on the ledge. Just go ahead and pick up that rock. The Korok will appear and you'll get your next seed. The next location is found in the Wrist Peninsula on the far eastern side of the map. You can see where we're standing right here. And there's going to be a little stone walkway that leads out into the water with a small rock at the end. Go ahead and pick up that rock. The Korok will appear and you'll get your next seed. The next seed is going to be found on the southern side of the Wrist Peninsula, right over here next to the bay on the edge of this mountain. And once you get over here, you'll find some ruins. We're going to run up to the ruins and destroy the leaves that are in the middle. Once you destroy those leaves, a rock will appear. We'll be able to pick up that rock. That'll reveal the Korok in our next seed. For seeds number 10 and 11, we're going to head just east of Terrytown alongside the main path here. And once you come to this location, you'll notice another little Korok guy that's hanging out near the cliff. We're going to interact with him. We'll get the little dialogue and the cutscene that'll show where we need to go, which is down by the beach. Pretty easy to find. And you can run him all the way around if you want to spend a lot of time, or once again, we can make a little airplane, attach him to it, and fly him down to the beach, drop him off with his buddy, interact, and we'll get our next 2 Korok seeds. The next seed is also going to be found on the far eastern side of the map over here on the northern side of Tyngel Island. And if you're standing on the northern side and facing the middle, you want to go to the tallest tree on the left side. You also have some arrows that are pointing towards it, but it'll be the tallest one on the left side facing the giant rock. And all you need to do is climb up to the very top. So we'll work our way up. And once you get to the very top, the leaves will spawn in. You can press A to examine. And once you do, the little Korok will appear and you'll be able to get your next seed. Now, your next seed is also going to be near the islands. It's going to be on this little ledge over here. So make your way to this ledge and you'll notice the little wooden platform. When you step on it, it'll start the trial. All we need to do is jump off and fly to the left. And we need to get into this gust and fly it all the way up as high as we can go. And once you get high enough, you'll see the little yellow circles. We can just fly our way across, run over to the circles, and you should make it in time to get the little Korok guy to appear. And you'll be able to get your next seed right here. The next seed is found on Davdi or Davdi Island. It's the most southern island, and you want to go to the southern part of that island up top. You'll notice there's another wooden platform on top of the giant rock. When you step on it, all you need to do is jump off and fly across and land on this target without touching the ground. It's pretty simple. Fly across, land on the target. Once you do, the Korok will appear you get your next seed here. Our next location is going to be just west of the island, and you guys can actually see there's a bridge that goes across. We're going to be on the other side of the bridge on the main island. And once you get over here, you're going to notice there are 3 pieces of wood. What we want to do is connect 2 of them like this, and we're going to take the third one and make a little ramp leading upwards so that we can walk up at the end. So we'll rotate it like this, attach it to the end, and then we're just going to carry that straight. And around the corner here, you'll see we have a ledge. Be careful, you can fall. So be careful bringing this thing down here. And all you need to do is extend it out on these 3 little spears coming out of the wall, climb up at the end, and you guys will see the little leaves popping up. The Korok will appear, and you'll get your next seed. The next location is also going to be pretty close by. We just need to go a little bit more to the west. And once we're over here, you're going to notice that we have some trees, and down by the trees are 2 rows of rocks. However, one of the rows is missing 2 rocks. So we're going to pick up the one that's right here beside it, throw that in line, and there's going to be another one off next to the hill here that you can pick up. So go ahead and grab that one, throw that one in the line. Now you've got 2 full lines of rocks. They'll pop, the Korok will appear. You found them. You'll be able to get your next seed. Our next location is a little bit further west. Again, here's the location on your map, just south of the grotto. Once you make it over here, you'll find a giant rock, and on top a weird looking device. We're going to come over here to the side and pick up this boulder. If you attach it to the little thing that's hanging down, it's going to pull the other side, and the Korok will appear out of the hole, and you'll be able to get your next seed. Our next seed is going to be found on the western side of the grotto, and you can see here we're going to be on ground level. So go all the way to the bottom, and once you're at the bottom, you'll see the little wind thing going up to the top. We're going to go ahead and pull out our chute and fly up, and about halfway up, you'll notice an opening in the rocks. We want to go into that opening. So just keep cutting your chute until you can get down there. And all you need to do is ascend through the little wooden platform that's above your head. And as you ascend through that wood, you'll make it on top of the mountain. And once you get up here, you'll get a little cutscene with the Korok appearing and giving you your next seed. Our next 2 seeds are going to be found just northwest of the grotto. So you can head over to this location on your map. It'll be just northwest of all these little trees. Once you get over here, you'll have another little Korok guy that's looking for his buddy. We'll go ahead and interact with him, and it'll show you that if you turn around, it's going to be on the hill or mountain on the other side. This one's a little bit more tricky to get to. I would recommend making an airplane out of your inventory. We'll carry it over here to the edge. We're just going to lift it up once we have them on there, put it down, and use recall to give us some height. Once we're up, we'll hit the fans and the recall, and we'll be able to fly across. This one's a little bit more tricky. It may take you a time or 2, but once you get over here, just jump off. Pick up your little Korok buddy, put him next to his friend, speak to him once again, and you'll get your next 2 Korok seeds. Our next location is going to be found on the southern side of the plains. You guys can see here, and it'll actually look like a little triangle on your map on this ridge. Once you get up on top of the ridge, you'll see a triangle of rocks with 2 in the middle. We just need to take the 2 rocks in the middle and add them to the outside to fill in the triangle. So we'll put one there. We'll take the other one right over here where we have another empty space. And once you complete the triangle, the Korok will appear. We'll say you found me, and you'll be able to get your next seed. Your next one's going to be found just underneath the East Sakala Bridge. We'll show you the location here. So work your way over to the bridge, and once you go down underneath, you're going to see we have this little item here. What we want to do is pick it up, and we want to dunk it under the water and let go. It'll launch up, remove from the hole. The little Korok will pop out and give us our next one. Seed number 23 is going to be found just south of Terrytown. You guys can see we'll come right over here on this cliff side. And once you make it up here, you're going to have 3 statues with a flower in the front. All you need to do is walk up to that flower, and it's just going to continuously respawn around the statues. Follow it around until it goes down to the ledge, and once it does, it'll cue the cutscene with the Korok, and you'll get your next seed here. The next seed is going to be found pretty close by, just south of Terrytown. And what you want to do is go to this little cluster of trees. You're going to find a path. And if you go all the way to the back right tree and climb to the top, that's where our location is going to be. If you get a little lost, there's arrows that are everywhere pointing at this tree. But again, the back right, climb to the top, the leaves will appear, and you'll be able to get your next seed right here. Now, seed number 25 is going to be found just northeast of the trees that we were just in. You want to come right over here to this little pond. And in the middle of the pond, you'll see some leaves that are just kind of moving around. All we're going to do is chase those down. And once you get close enough, you can interact. The Korok will appear, and this will be your next location. The next location is just going to be a little further northeast in another cluster of trees. You can see the location here on your screen. And in the middle of all these trees is going to be a little overhang with 1 plank that's hanging down. All we need to do is use Ultra Hand to lift this thing up and rotate it around and drop it in place. You may need to move it a little bit further back, but once it locks in, the Korok will appear. You'll be able to get your next seed right here. The next one is going to be found right at the entrance to Terrytown. So if you come right over here to where you first enter the town, you're going to see the little sign. We want to climb up on the right side of the sign where the little rocks are, and there's going to be one rock that's out of place. We'll go ahead and pick that up. The Korok will appear, and this is where you'll be able to get your next one. Now, your next seed is also going to be found in Terrytown. This one's going to be found directly in the middle where the statue is. So head over to the middle of the town. You'll see this bell at the top. All you want to do is use Ultra Hand to grab that bell and start swinging it. And once it starts ringing, the Korok will appear. You'll be given your next Korok seed. The next location is going to be on the southern side of the Torn wetland down here by this pond. You can see the location. You're actually going to have some ruins down here. And you want to climb up on top of the L-shaped one where the flower is. And once you grab it, you're just going to follow the flower all the way around this little area. So it'll continue to spawn. We'll grab it here. We'll go on top of this rock, and it'll finish on top of the tallest rock. So you can go ahead and climb to the top. When the flower is white, the Korok will appear, and this will be your next seed. Seed number 30 is going to be found just east of the South Akkala Plains Chasm up on this ledge right here. And once you make it up to the ledge, you're going to find this block. All we need to do is pick this thing up and rotate it around, fit it in place so it matches the other rectangles. So we'll turn this thing around, fit it in its place, and once it connects, the Korok will appear. And seed number 30 has been gotten. The next location is going to be the Akkala Citadel ruins. You guys can see here. You want to work your way up into the actual ruins where the stairs are. And once you climb up to the top of the blood-stained stairs, we're going to climb up on the wall and go over to the little overhang here that almost looks like the shape of a candy cane. And once you get to the top, you'll see the little leaves appear, interact with those leaves, and you'll get your next seed. Now, the next seed is also at the Citadel ruins. However, we want to go to the southern side and jump off the top level. So you guys can see I'm currently standing here on the southern side. If we jump down, you'll see on the main rocks, we're going to have a small gray rock about halfway down. Once you land, go ahead and pick that thing up, and you'll be able to get your next seed. The next location is going to be just southwest of the Citadel ruins by the Broken Bridge. So you guys can see the bridge here on the map, and you want to go to the middle piece. So right down here in the middle, we're going to have some leaves. We just need to hit those with a sword, pick up the rock that reveals itself, and we'll find the Korok in the next seed. The next seed is going to be found just west of the South Akkala Plains Chasm on top of the mountain here. You guys can see on the map there are some trees, and in the middle of those trees will be some leaves that are moving around. Chase those down. When you get close enough to examine them, you'll be able to get the next seed. The 35th seed is going to be found over by the Akkala Span, which is this giant bridge here next to Cephala Lake. You'll notice that there is a pillar that is broken under the bridge. You want to land inside of that pillar, and what we're going to do is take this little piece, connect it to the rock, and we're going to drop the rock off the ledge, and that's going to open up the hole. The Korok will appear, and you'll get your next seed. Now, your 36th and final seed in the region is going to be found just southeast of the Akkala Span, so really close by. And you'll notice over here that we have some ruins. You want to climb the structure that's right in the middle. When you climb up top, the leaves will appear. You can interact with them to get the Korok, and you'll get your final seed in the area. But this is how to find all 36 Korok seeds here in the Akkala Highlands region. If you guys have any other questions, make sure to leave them down in the comment section below, and we'll see you guys in the next video.